Hey everybody, welcome to G4G here on YouTube. Today we're taking a look at the Looney Tunes mobile game. And we're just discussing a few things that have been going on since the New Year's and kind of getting a little bit more adapted to the game and know it a little bit better. So right now I'm level 15. I've got a couple worlds open, of course, the initial forest, a little bit of town, and a little bit of farm. So I just wanted to show you guys the teams that I use and the characters that I've got, discuss them and what I think are some of the better ones. And I recently unlocked my 4th spot over here, which is going to be pretty handy. What I like to do is if I'm playing, I will go for the shorter constructions and everything, or resources, and then when I go to bed I like to go to bed on the 6-hour ones, unless it's a tune that's really far away, like I'm at 1 and it's 100. That I definitely will not do, because I feel that that's just a little bit of a waste, so I'll actually go for something different. So here's some of the items that they have up for sale and the offers right now. A level up pack for $20, a bunch of tickets for $20, an archetype pack, Scout Leader Granny, Dr. Doggenstein, which is a 50 tune, Foghorn Leghorn stock, which is coming in at 100 for me, Find Dynamite, Defender boosters. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Medium XP potions, a free Looney crate, which I'm going to collect. Not bad. Medium potion, but a poor amount of gold. And then, of course, we have the Acme offers. On gems and gold. Nothing particularly crazy over here, except for this welcome offer, which is obviously something that you only get once per account. I'll probably pull the trigger on that one eventually, because it's not too expensive. Tune-up crates. Tickets in Illudium Q23 modulator. Yes. No. This will not do. Then we have the League store, which has got a Scout Foghorn in it. Farmer Porky. My mouth just didn't want to say that for a moment. Which I'm 15 out of 50, so I actually do have him unlocked. XP potions, dynamites. So Reatomizer is part of your daily, so I'm going to go ahead and get a 5 Reatomizer going on here, which is typically what I do. Farmer Hector, Miss Prissy, so that's getting a little bit closer to an unlock, and a standard Foghorn. I don't think I've seen a standard Foghorn yet. As you can see over here on the dailies, you have the Atomizer, 3 PvE battles, level up a tune, 2 brawls, 3 challenges, and start a tune task. That one's a little bit different. So here's my tunes currently. This guy is a beast of damage, Merlin Sam. I rarely ever get to use his Total Eclipse, but this guy does a lot of damage and is a major staple for me. Of course, your default Bugs is definitely a pretty good character, and he's part of my main team, that's for sure, and I'll show you what I do with him. Got enough there, so we'll tune that up. That's my second blue circle. I've got Gossamer, who is a really good tank. He 1v2'd a match recently and managed to win. Kachutha Sam is also, he's a decent character for me. I use him a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have any of his relationships. He's okay. but he's not what I typically do in my main group, which I will get to. It recently had a change. I swapped some characters out, and I'll tell you what it was prior and what I have it as now. Gossamer's pretty decent. I'm gonna hold on to that since he's going to consume one donuts. I've got Dog, Scout Granny, Showtime Daffy, Cop Yosemite, which has a relationship with Cop Hector, which I keep... Yeah, I do have Cop Hector, so let's see what that benefit is. 10 attack defense. Okay, not bad. Some nice synergy over there. Farmer Porky, Farmer Hector, Hunter Yosemite Sam, Cop Hector, and the artist or photographer Sylvester, which has a somewhat unique friendship skill of attack up if there are other artist allies, which unfortunately I can't say that I've seen any. And, you know, dozens and dozens of other characters. Scrooge Sam over here got about 12 out of 50. Zorro Daffy 10 out of 100. Getting somewhat close to Hunter or Marvin Fudd. And the one thing I don't like about games like this is they reset your view when you go from screen to screen. Like, I've scrolled all the way down over here, and then if it takes me, if I go into a character and I go back, it's all the way up at the top, which is obnoxious. Is that Barber Fudd? Or Waiter Elmer? Or not Barber Fudd? Yeah, he kind of looks like the barber. Huh. Well, Bugs Bunny was the barber, I guess, in that. Alright, let's take a look at Brawl. And I'll show you guys the team that I'm using as my primary. By the way, you definitely want to try to get into an alliance if you can. They are quite handy, and it is one of your tasks. So it looks like I've held my own here in defending, because I have 2 crates that are left over. So it looks like I defended 2 out of 3. That's pretty cool. That is a mechanic in this game that kind of concerns me a little bit. What it does is it gives me flashbacks from Marvel Avengers Alliance Tactics, where your PvP was on the whole time. If you were recently attacked, you went into a cooldown period where you were not PvP flagged, but the moment you attacked, of course, your PvP protection went off. And there were definitely, where I was in Marvel Avengers Alliance Tactics, I had an early start because of the fact that I got into the limited release before it went global, so I had a decent start. But one of the countries that was allowed to play it before the rest of the world was the Philippines, and I had this really jackass Filipino guy in my area that just farmed weaker people like crazy. And I remember one of the times I complained about it, as much as other people did. He's like, "Why should I care? You're all my fucking cattle." And I'm like, wow, that's a real attitude there. If somebody asks you to, like, leave them alone for a little bit so you can get started, and that's his attitude. It was just one of those things where the moment the protection was gone, he was just kind of sending in a force. And the fact that your crates can be captured and everything like that is somewhat scary. So we've got a 5-hour one, a 7, a 7, a 30-minute. May as well go for this 30-minute one, even though I won't be awake in 30. So this is not exactly my primary team over here. So my primary team has got Bugs, has Merlin Sam, has Gossamer now, and Fisher Cat Jr. Sylvester, and I'll show you what I do with these guys. It works out really well. Fisher Cat Jr. has amazing speed and almost always acts first, if not first for my team. So I always start with multi-fish for that attack up, and then the first round, if everything goes right, is pure AoE. So an attack up gift from Bugs, an attack up cannon from Merlin, which by the way, this cannon has no cooldown. And there you go. That's why I like this team so much. Now, these guys are a little under me, so that's not the most fair competition right there. But it's pretty close to how things go. And the fact that Merlin's AoE has no cooldown, if you have more than one character up, that's just what he does. We'll give this one a little bit of a weak defense over here. So let's do Scout Granny for a heal, him for a tank, him for stealth, and so DPS, tank, and heal. I've been playing WoW for so long now that it's sometimes hard for me to ignore the typical triad when it comes to things. I mean, it's spilled into Overwatch, it's spilled into HOTS, it's everywhere to have like a tank, a healer, and some DPS. Kinda don't want to go for another short one if I'm going to be sleeping soon. Interesting, they have the Fisher Cat, but he's weaker than mine. We'll try this one and see how it goes. Alright, I outclassed him by 1,000. I didn't know it would be this bad, but this should be a little bit more of a match than the last one. I keep forgetting I'm essentially up to 4K now. By the way, if you're not familiar with it, he did the attack up too. Ooh, he had 2 people go before me. If you're not familiar with it, Amazing Games Done Quick is going on this week. It is a speed run for charity. You can generally find them on Twitch or Google Amazing Games Done Quick, and you'll find the website that has the schedule, and you can watch it there. So second round, almost always he heals, and now it's just a matter of single targeting down some heavy offensive threats. Okay, since both of these guys are up right now, he's just AoEs again, and he still has the attack up on him. I really, really like this team. You're not really getting to see Gossamer a whole lot in this. You've seen essentially what 3 out of 4 people do. So I'll go ahead and show you why Gossamer is in there. This one will protect a little bit better. So we'll actually give it the main squad over here and see how they do. And as you can see, doing dailies in this is super, super fast because, you know, the campaign battles can be auto-run with auto-run tickets and everything like that, so it's pretty handy. Let's take a look at Gossamer real quick, or at least mine. He has his standard attack is pretty high damage and a 50% chance of reducing the turn meter by 10%. His taunt does damage. That's pretty cool. Sure, you may have enemies taunting and that forces him to target them to do this, but the fact that his taunt does damage is cool, and his Furious, if I get to it, is an AoE. So he fits the team pretty well. He has an AoE if needed. Turn meter goes down 20% with that. Deals 49 damage, and I mean, this guy really, he's a controlling tank. It's what he is. Whenever this tune receives a positive stat effects, ooh, that would be good concerning my current lineup over here. Fisher Cat's attack up would give him a heal. I guess it's on application. It'd be nice if every turn he had a positive effect on him, he'd heal, but eventually at 15, if an enemy receives a negative status effect which he causes, he gains an attack up. Wow, how far do these go? I've never actually looked at... Alright, so there's 30 tune-ups. I've never actually scrolled over this far. And it looks like at 30, he gains 2 attack ups and 2... Wow, he's gonna be a fun tank at some of those higher levels over there. He gets some really good abilities. He's controlling and he's also a little bit aggressive. I had been using, of course, Foghorn Leghorn as my initial tank, and just recently swapped him out because I think Gossamer is a little bit better, and apparently this just wants to load over here. So of course, defense down, his normal taunt 1 to do defense ups, and more defense when he's low. The defense ups are what make Foghorn a pretty decent tank, but he's a little vanilla in his tanking, I think. Kind of sort of the way like Groot was in Marvel Avengers Alliance, a little bit boring. Believe it or not, the dog has stealth attacks, which is kind of surprising. The 1 to 2 attack downs on a basic attack at 100% is really nice. Plotting will give him hidden, and he AoEs. Like this, I don't really know that you should sleep on Barnyard Dog. He's got some decent stuff. Deals 70 damage to a target enemy. All hidden team members gain attack up for 2 turns. That just sounds really, really good with a stealth team like him, and Sylvester would probably be pretty decent. And, you know, attack downs are really, really good. And the fact that he goes hidden, it's sort of like Gossamer's taunt. The fact that he goes hidden and he does damage to everybody is really, really good. It's always, anytime you can AoE, it's of course really, really good around getting around other taunters. This Halt, the way his eyebrows and his mustache is, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the country singing mouse from Tom and Jerry, the dee bob da da ham bone. That's who that reminds me of. We have a daily to set a tune task. So what I like to do is, I just like to see who is getting close to a ding. He's 21 of 50, so we may as well go for it. And that's a daily right there. Granny's a decent ways away from a ding. This Sylvester, I think, is... No, yeah, he's getting there. Bugs Bunny, we know, is a wild. He's a wild, too. I wonder if that's what you guys do, because it kind of reminds me of doing the long flight decks in Marvel Avengers Alliance, which I think they were 12 was the longest. I think it skipped from 6 to 12. I always kind of... Oh, hey, I haven't gone to this world yet. Wow, interesting. Totally didn't notice I had this world unlocked. Have I been missing the chance to get Merlin Sam fragments? Oh my god. Oh, I'm upset at that. Oh, that's a while. Okay, never mind. I'm less upset now. But how about you, Gossamer? Okay. Not that upset at missing that one either. See, that's the one thing about playing it on BlueStacks and everything. It's a lot harder to get the two finger pinch so that you can zoom in and out. That's also obnoxious when I'm doing raids in Marvel Strike Force and I want to really see the lanes and everything like that. This Sylvester, I think 7 out of 50. Huh. I really wonder who my next task is going to go to. It seems like everybody is really, really far away from a ding. I think I was working on him. Nope. Is it Porky? He's a little bit better. I think... Oh, okay. I don't have bundles of hay. Never mind. Yep. Looks like I need hay to do stuff over there. I guess my forest is going to be doing all the work today. Improve the medium tasks. Alright, let's see. Who are we going to have doing stuff? I think I will go for Fisher Cat Sylvester just because I like him a lot, even though it's going to be a long trek up there. I figure why not? Don't want to work on Foghorn too much. Scout Granny is kind of an obnoxious healer when you face her in PvP. When you've tuned her up enough that she heals people the first time they drop on low hit points, and then she hits a big team heal, like that kind of gets, I admit, that gets a little obnoxious. Because you're like, oh man, I've almost got this character dead, and then blam. She like heals them up twice and everything, and it's like, holy shit. I almost had this guy dead, and now he's practically back at full health. We'll send Foghorn on an anvil task. Invasion battles and challenges. That's what we're gonna wrap up with over here. Bring your strongest attacker team. Attackers only, so this could be interesting. I do like these challenges. Oh, hey, look, we're going to have a hidden bonus over here. So let's see how that works out. This is kind of cool early on in the game because it forces you to experiment with teams that you may not necessarily put together. I didn't even know what I had targeted. That was a bit of a mistake. I forgot that that is actually hidden on an ability, not just hidden and then an ability. How about you guys in terms of how many of you guys are speeding up combat already? I wonder... Hey, where's my attack up? Oh, is that the third ability that does it? Maybe the third ability. I'm kind of curious if there are people out there who are now so much dislike for all the tune sound effects and everything that they're like, that's it, I'm doing this stuff on fast mode now. And I do like this about the daily challenges is that once you do them once, you can just auto-win them for the rest. Really, really handy. I've never done these attack boosts or defense boosts yet. I don't even know where you wind up applying them. I'll have to check that out. Ring any tune. Oh, it looks like, I think because I've done this in the past, it's allowing me to auto-win it. That's cool. I wasn't too sure if it resets daily or just keeps your progress based on having done the challenge in the past. That, I think, is really, really handy. So for quests, we have your typical campaign quests over here, which give you Robin Hood Daffy or Daffy Hood, so he's about halfway there. And event quests are now done. There was an event going on. And the only thing that I have left is PvE. So may as well go ahead and do that. So I'm proceeding nicely through the forest and kind of focusing on one at a time, which is why I don't have my hay. I haven't really moved into farm ones yet. interesting Pepe Le Pew over here. May as well hit him with the primary team. Let's see how they do here in PvE. Maybe we'll actually get to see Gossamer do something for a change. Still really haven't done Merlin's Eclipse. I think I maybe did it once. It's just not an ability I get to go and do a lot. Ooh. Yow. That's not good. That is not good. Poor Fisher Cat. If there's any toon on my team that's going to get blown the hell up, it's usually him. He gets targeted a lot. I think it's because he does so much good for the team. I think the AI kind of knows. See? Oh. I thought Granny was... There it is. See? So much of my work has been undone, and now I can't undo their stuff because Fisher Cat's dead. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. But this is going to help. That should get rid of one of them. Peppy's getting low. Martian Elmer... Damn, that heal! Martian Elmer Fudd puts out some damage. Oh, I just need one more AoE, and I think I'll be able to take a good chunk of them out. See, there was the Eclipse again, but why do I want to do the Eclipse when I just want to AoE them down for the victory? Poor Fisher Cat. I wonder if they're going to have a tank that starts with taunting up at the beginning of the battle, kind of like Captain America, some of the Captain America uniforms in Marvel Avengers Alliance, or Drax in Marvel Strike Force. He's got that too, where you can get him so that he taunts right from the beginning. That'd be really, really nice for poor baby Sylvester over there. Alright, dailies are done. And then we'll spin the wheel and see what we get. So I'm out of my premium spins. The New Year spins were fun. I did like that New Year event. I should have covered it when it was up. I'll take a Scout Sylvester, pushing him about halfway through. And if you do join an alliance, you have the ability, when there are events, to collect that star crate and everything over there. So being part of an alliance is definitely helpful. One thing that this game does that I really, really hate about games that don't have local saves but use like Facebook or the Google Play Store or the Apple Store to keep your ID rolling. I loaded it up on a device where I didn't have this game recently, and it made me go through a huge chunk of the tutorial to catch up to the point where I could go into settings and then bring my account over. I was like, I really hate when games do that. They should give you that ability when you log in or when you first launch the game. And some games do it. I can't remember any off of the top of my head. Maybe it's the Iron Maiden game, but you should have that ability to get into your account super fast and then just bypass all the tutorial shit. I think like Marvel Future Fight forces you to do it. This game forces you to do it. There's so many. You're like, can I just get to the friggin' gear icon and put in my account so I don't have to do this all? Because they take like 10 or 15 minutes. And it's obnoxious. And this one's kind of obnoxious too. This is a heavy app. So if you're on a slightly weaker device, it is laggy. And to go through a laggy tutorial when you're like, oh god, I just like want to catch you up already. So anyway guys, there's another look here at Looney Tunes The World of Mayhem. I really was interested in the game when I started seeing commercials for it when they had Cypress Hill's Insane in the Membrane, which is a major flashback to freshman year. That is a really good CD, and I liked that video at the time and everything. It's back when actually MTV played music and had a countdown in the middle of the day or the middle of the afternoon. So anyway guys, thanks for checking out this video. Hope you like the content on this one, and if you're interested in Looney Tunes, give it a shot. I think this will be a little bit of a time waster for you, but if you just want to log in and do dailies, it's a pretty quick daily routine compared to a lot of other turn-based games like this. You can probably get it done in about 10-15 minutes and then just you're done. See you later, folks.